Hi guys, I'm coming 5 minutes early just to see if everything working okay. So if you can hear me and you can see me, just type yes in the chat box. Thank you so much. I've got 10 people here already. Wonderful. Welcome. Oh, welcome, Soraya. You got in. Wonderful. Lily, Oscar, Jacqueline, Oswati. Welcome, Valerie, Victoria, Dan, I think. Wonderful. Okay, just if you can, let me see. Great. We're having a very stormy weather. Let me just turn on the light. Not sure if the lighting is better with the light. Usually my room is very light, it's quite nice, but today we have all the rains and stormy weather going on. Great. Okay. Ross, welcome. Beautiful. We are already recording. So I'm absolutely thrilled you guys are here live. It's just wonderful. And we have such a huge amount of people registered for this masterclass. So I'm so very grateful that you have shown up, right? Showing up not just for me, but showing up for yourself. So I'm thrilled. So I'm just going to wait for a few minutes and then we'll start. Is the lighting better with the light here, or should I just turn it off before was better? Good? Great, okay. Good, thanks guys. You know that technical things is not my have value, gifts and talent. And it was really, really interesting story from last masterclass. This is a little lesson actually for all of us. I have this resistance within us. So this is my latest lesson. I never is a tacky kind of person. I always resist, right? I resist of doing even the small thing. For example, it was after last year of the Tiger Masterclass, I really got the kick at my bottom. I need to get my act together. I need to learn how to actually mute people when they join the masterclass. So that's something that, you know, I know it since last year. I should be doing something, check my setting and all that. But you know that you resist. And this is where I've got absolutely so much to share with you in this masterclass, how we can move through that and how we can actually use your own charts to move through that. The good thing is I am always aware, and this is where your destiny chart is going to teach you that as well. So that's the beauty, right? No one, we're all human, and none of us is perfect. The journey is really about you know, it's the experience of this lifetime, really. So yeah, so that was my 5 cents from most recent year of the Tiger. How many of you actually attended my Activate Your Abundance masterclass in Year of the Tiger? Can you just type 1 so I can see? Great. Okay, well, yeah, quite a few of you, right? And you know what I'm talking about. If you have attended that masterclass, 2012 contains such a huge and different energy. Many of my clients has already mentioned that. And this is something is within the heaven energy. You can't actually, it's out of our control. And this is where I want to share, literally what we can do to ride this energy, to actually get on board with this. It is actually helping many of us to change our lives, this year's energy, right? Changes are coming. I can just hear the thunder is rumbling at the moment. So without further ado, let's start, okay? Because another little thing I learned since last masterclass is I'm going to lock the door of the room. So there won't be any dinging and things to interrupt us. And I want to give you guys a little glimpse of how important an energy container can actually help you. This is what I'm talking about. This session is not just a masterclass, right? It is not your ordinary masterclass. To me, I always tune into my participants on the day, just like I always tune into my my session, one-on-one session. This is an energy exchange session. I want you to see that. So let me share. So we 2 minutes after. Okay, so we still have a few minutes. I'm going to lock the door, but I'm going to start. I'm going to start this masterclass, which is how to awaken your high value gifts and live a wildly abundant life that aligns with your purpose. Okay. And of course, we're doing all this through your inherent destiny chart. This is not a one fits all. Every one of you have different talents and high value gifts and talent, and that's your superpower. And we're going to cover that and why and how you can find it through your chart. Okay. So first of all, though, I want to make sure that you are here for the right reasons. Okay. Who is this masterclass for? I know a lot of you are really, really interested in your chart and in your cosmic blueprint. This is your cosmic blueprint. And this masterclass is really not about using your chart to predict what is going to happen tomorrow. What is going to happen? When are you going to become a millionaire? When the money will just drop on your lap? It's not about that. It is about money and wealth and abundance, but in a so very much empowered way. I'm teaching you tools. I am teaching you the way how you see yourself, how you experience this lifetime, what you're here to do, right? And it is only through that abundance and wealth will come to you, and how you can become magnet to attract wealth rather than go out and seek wealth. It's tiring. It's exhausting, right? You see all the people hustling all the time or worrying about when money will come tomorrow. And this is where I want to show you. And as most of you know that my signature course I'm about to launch, the Wealth Alchemy, is going to teach you step by step and how you can get off that wheel, that hamster running wheel. So let's clarify if you are in the right place. If you are a soul-led entrepreneur, regardless what you're doing, you could be a creator, you could be a designer, coach, business owners, or, healers, energy practitioners. You have already more or less know that you're on the right path, right? Some of you probably know you're on the right path. You know this is your life purpose. You probably already reached a certain level of wealth and you're so ready for the next step. You're in the growth phase, right? Many of you write back to me, say that you are in the right growth phase, expansion. And you are in the right place, because this is where I'm going to show you how you can reach the next level, how you can, we talked about, increase your wealth bandwidth, how you can do that. And for some of you, you feel you're on the right path, but there is something there you feel is really hard to bring it to life, right? A lot of us are creators. It's our creative expression, regardless what you do. If you value your creative expression and you feel there is a block, and you are also in the right place, because I am going to teach you how you're going to bring that into physical form. It's important. We all have different gifts and it manifests in different ways. How the world receive, how you can communicate the world with your gift is important, right? And if you are one of them, you are also in the right place. You want to sharpen your pencil, like you feel your vision is a little bit fuzzy at the moment, right? A little bit fuzzy, not super clear. This is also for you. And also, there is quite a lot of, I talked about this on the Instagram story, there is a portion of you also feel stuck at the moment. It's because of this 2022 Tiger Year energy. It actually shakens the ground. This is a movement energy. And I talked about that there's three tigers in the yearly energy, right? So it's huge. You will see this like a stormy weathers. There will be, the natural events is showing us, when I'm just saying this, there's lightning there. This is awakening time. If you can hear the lightning, right? It's shaking your ground. This is 2022. You're gonna have to do something about whatever it is in your life that is not aligned. This is a calling. This is the heaven energy. Heaven energy arrives, we need to answer that. So some of you in this stuck energy, right? You felt it, you felt the things, you're aware of it, you're stuck in this, dead end job. You feel every day, you just dread Monday morning and 9 to 5, and it's just like slowly killing you. And I know how you feel, because I was there. I worked this part of the journey. I had this consistent discontentment. I use this word, consistent discontentment during my journey before I took the leap. And I'm going to show you my journey and how my charts actually guided me. But first of all, if these are you are in the right place, okay? Or people you just wanting to feel intrigued, you want to learn Chinese astrology, you are also in the right place. And this is something I want to quickly share with you is, this is my last round Wealth Alchemy students. When they first came into the program and they shared with me and they emailed me this, they said, I feel limited. I'm an academic and work as a lecturer, but I'm not sure if I am living my purpose. I've tried to start my business, but none have really taken off. I'd like to gain clarity on my path, right? And the second one, this is a lawyer of 20 years, practicing law, and always want to have a desire to do something more creative, but not sure what, and at a crossroad. All right. And, these are the things that the students, if this resonates with you, I've got so much to share with you. I also just want to make sure that there is certain, I want to manage this expectation, because if you feel that you're not willing to shift your beliefs and mindset around money and yourself, Wealth Alchemy, first of all, is probably not for you. And this masterclass might not be for you. I want to make sure that you are in the right place, okay? I want to draw the right people here. And if you believe that you have a fixed amount of money in your lifetime, that your chart says so, this is not for you. And if you want an overnight change your life, suddenly your life is just, you win lotto, you want me to give you lotto numbers, that's not what I'm here to do. Okay, so this is not for you. Or you are not open to receive new information about you, and also you're not willing to take action. Taking action, not just normal action, taking aligned action is so important in this piece, this piece or this puzzle. It's a very, very important piece of puzzle of this whole picture of how you create wealth. So my promise to you in this masterclass is this: I want to deliver you value. And for some of you who have attended my masterclass before, you know that I always provide you value, regardless, whether you join the program or not. That's not the end goal. That's not what this masterclass is for. Right? I want to provide you value. I want you to walk away from this masterclass, at least have one piece of information that is empower you to actually reach your next level of wealth and abundance. And everything I teach here, everything is actually based on my own personal experience or real life experience. I lost count how many sessions I have done for people with their destiny charts or feng shui, and all these experience, my real examples. If you listen to my, the examples I give in the last masterclass, they are all clients' example, real examples. Okay, so it happens to real people, and this is where I want you to gain valuable insights on your destiny chart. As I mentioned, please take this as an energy exchange session. This is a closed container. Okay, so I want you to set up for success. If you have 48 windows open, please close them. I want you to fully focus, because what I say is actually tailored for this audience, for you who attended this masterclass, for the 44 participants right now in this live, right? This is an energy exchange. This is what I do live session. I never prepare my session. I never prepare what I say. I prepare the actual charts. I prepare what I'm going to show you. But there is things I say is speaking to you only when you're fully engaged, right? Bring your notes, write it down, the things that sparks in your mind, sparks in your journey. Not necessarily all things will apply to you, but there is definitely one thing that will apply to you. Remove all the distractions, okay, and give it to all. So I want you also to see it through the end, because I want to share some very valuable wealth creation strategies towards the end. Even if you feel at the moment, you're limited. And I'm hoping to bring you that light bulb moment on your journey. And of course, there is also some opportunities for you to enroll and only apply for people who are actually showing up live today. I have some super bonus and it's quite exciting. So I want to share that with you.
I know, I was very scared.
So for some of you who have not actually worked with me or only recently joined my circle, I want to have a very quick intro. My name's Grace. I am an accredited feng shui consultant, and I'm an intuitive mentor and teacher. And my expertise and specialty is to decode the secret message that lies in your destiny chart. I know your wealth codes. And I'm not just saying so because it's trendy, like everyone is talking about codes. These are literally codes in your chart. Many of you who requested the free charts would say, oh, how do I read this? And, and these are codes hidden. And I'm showing you today that I haven't actually showed in your free charts. I'm showing you some hidden informations, okay? So this is the key for you to unlock your wealth and abundance, to unlock what is your life purpose, what is you here to do, right? But most importantly, who you are as an energetic being, because this is where I teach my students. The first question we always have in our mind is, oh, what am I to do to create my wealth? It's always this do thing. But here is a golden nugget already for you. It's not about what to do. It's about discover who you are. Okay? It is through this process of discovering who you are, you remembering what you're here to do. You remembering. Why I'm using the word remembering? Because you already know. It's already within you. So stop seeking externally and please just look in here. Look at who you are. Right? And this is important. You forget who you are. That's what your destiny chart is going to show you. In a very gentle, loving way, things will unfold what you do. Just like in a program, I'm going to show you specifically what you're here to do, what industries you're going to work in, you're going to be, is more holds the highest potential, what organizations, even in terms of the size. But all this, in order to reach all this information, in order to reach or utilize this information, first of all, you need to know who you are. What is your energetic frequency? What is your essence at birth? Okay, so I have actually just gone last 4 minutes, a little bit tangent. Anyway, that's something for you guys to think about, right? I'm so passionate about this. But as I introduced myself, I want to show you my journey. My journey to show you this, not to self-indulge, but there is a reason for it. I want to show you how closely and how my destiny chart is intricately guiding me like a compass, like a golden compass, every single step along the way of my journey. I'm going to show you everything. Okay, so I was born in China, like have never ever dreamed to become a feng shui consultant. Like, you know, my mom would think, oh, that's a old man with a long beard. Like, you know, I would never have dreamed this is my path. This is my soul's path. And I came to Australia to learn and to do my degree, did my MBA, and fall into the career of media. And I stayed there for 16 years until 2015. Okay, that is almost 7 years ago. I quit my job on March 23rd. I remember so very clearly. I'm sure all of you will remember these milestones. I quit my job. I handed in my resignation back in 2015. I didn't know why. It was happened 2015, not 2014, not 2016. And when I actually later on look at my chart, I know why. Okay. I quit my job. I think I mentioned, I have never seen so many fire engine oozing past me, fire trucks, as if like it's like, wake up, Grace. You're not going to retire. You know, with my consistent discontentment, I always thought, oh my God, the thoughts of retiring at my current job is just dread, right? Every morning, get up. That was me. So these were the signs universe delivered to me so clearly, so loudly, where at the time I wasn't really fully connected with the higher guidance or connected with myself, or connected with my higher self. But even then, there is this faint little spark in me, feel like, okay, it's telling me something. It's really telling me something, like this is not normal, right? I know there are some things that probably happens in some of you, your, you know, who is literally here and, you know, in your life, maybe in a different form. And, you know, that 2015, that's the time I changed my 5-year luck pillar. And that 5-year luck pillar, I was influenced by the fire element. And to me, in my chart, this indicates transformation. That's how I transformed. This is where knowing your chart, this energy is like you can't stop it, that you like being pushed. And this is many of you probably why you're here is because of that, and you can't put your finger on it. There is something in there. It propels you, needs to do something. And if you're looking at your chart, the answer is there, what to do about it. And this is where when I learned to read my chart, in 2015, I have already done all my feng shui accreditation, done my Chinese astrology. I didn't even know why I'm doing that, but that was a time I already know. So I looked into my chart, and that's what is saying that a new path is emerging. Even there are no footprints, right? I was actually so unsure. I was not sharing with people what I didn't even know I'm going to set up a feng shui business. That's sometimes how resistant we are, okay? Everyone else or everyone in our close to us, in our circle, probably already see it. There is at least 2 people actually very close to me. My husband and my boss already said to you, why don't you set up a feng shui business? This is what you learned. This is you're really good at, you know, why don't you just do that? But I still have resistance. I'm sharing this with you is because you're probably holding that resistance. But that resistance or fear, you need to see through that illusion. It is only you see through that illusion and never look back, right? But there is a certain phase, a lot of you are in there, I know. Okay, let me quickly check this chat to see I'm not missing anything. Have I muted everyone? I thought I did. Okay. All right. Let's continue with this, the journey. So in 2016, that was, you see me, that was the very first event I started, Feng Shui Serenity, with no website, no fancy photo, anything. I started, I took my very first step and I never looked back. 2016 was the first time, around 2016, 2017, I started my business and I started running Feng Shui Serenity full-time in 2017. And there is a lot of journey unfolding during that time as well. And I spiritual awakening, ascension, starting to connect with my higher self, my guidance. I've never cried during that time so much, but those tears, I've never is a person who actually tend to cry in my life. And I cried, I remember during that, but those are not the tears of, I would say, not the tears of fear or anything or sad. It's tears of healing, tears of really start to feel this unconditional love. So it is then that a completely Feng Shui Serenity is expanding and is growing, right? And during 2018, 2020, that's where the rapid growth is. What the key thing I want to share with you is actually happened last year, very, very close, very recent. Even if I know my chart, I was actually surprised because of my 10-year luck pillar has changed. And I couldn't believe even a few months before I reached my 10-year luck pillar, I feel different how I'm going to run my business. I feel very, very different. Like, I couldn't really express before. I would still say I was a small business owner. Okay. I created my beautiful business. I love it. But I wasn't thinking on the way that is have bigger vision. I was comfortable. I was actually earning my corporate 6-figure income salary, right? I was very comfortable because I surprised myself, even running Feng Shui, you can make a full-time career out of it. Like I was totally in my comfort zone. But bang, that 10-year luck pillar came. This inward element came in my chart. Wow. Like I was surprised because things is starting to bring in front of me and saying, Grace, is, really kicking my ass, pardon my French, right? And I was really being pushed to think like an entrepreneur, not a small business owner. Like an entrepreneur with huge vision. It drove me to look at my chart for the second time really seriously. What is changing for me this 10 years? What is showing up on my path, right? And this is where I want to show you. By the way, this is the key things showing up in my life. Where you just saw that slides is in module 4, that you will learn your 10 wealth creation archetypes. And I looked into my own. All these archetypes is my research on all of my real case studies, myself as well as my client. So I distill those, wisdom and knowledge in there. So I decoded them into each archetypes. I give you all the information. So for me, the archetype is visionary, which the code is IW, and teacher, which is DR, direct resources. So these two archetypes drove me onto a very, very different path. Why am I here teaching? It's because of my teacher archetype showing up. Why am I actually seeing what I see that I would not see 3 years ago, 2 years ago? Only when these elements hit my chart, I have this restless within me that I need to move. I need to do things differently. I need to reinvent myself. I need to reinvent my business. It's the visionary archetype. And you probably read it. Visionary is tuned to the big picture and often known as inventors, entrepreneurs, consultants, spiritual teachers, and mystics. They are able to develop a vision and sell it. They do things very, very differently. I do things, I do feng shui, I do charts very differently. I do not look at what any other people do in my industry. I hold high respect towards them. But when it comes to I run my business, I have my way to do it. And that strength, that confidence comes from knowing who I am, knowing what my cosmic blueprint is. And it is a gentle confidence. It's not coming from the ego. Okay, so this is where the visionary be able to absorb the information and they can tune into that intuitively in a way to guide others so that others be able to find their purpose in a creative way. And that is my purpose. That is my mission for the next 10 years. That is my mission to guide you to find yours. What is your life purpose? What is your 10, some people can have 1, some people can have 3, doesn't matter, or 2, like me, and your 10-year luck pillar will also affect you. This is exactly, the visionary is not in my natal chart, it's not in my birth chart. But when it arrives in your 10-year luck pillar, it actually really creates this huge shift, okay? So many of you, every one of you, if you have a birthday, you have a gift, you have an archetype there waiting for you to find out. And this is where I just covered already. This is where you'll be introduced to what are yours. We're going through, this is a really, really energetic journey, but it is underpinned by your own cosmic blueprint. Everything is written in there, and it is not me saying what is your archetype, and it is not up to you to say what is your archetype. Because often when we actually have this say, we have the ego. Oh, I want to be a healer. I want to be this visionary. No, your chart is actually clearly tells you. Okay. And this is where that is your hero's journey. And that is your shadow part. That is where your shadow treats. How are you going to move through that? It might come with a complete surprise. The teacher archetype was not I expected. I never expect me sitting here teaching or creating these courses for people. But as the 10-year luck pillar hits me, I can't help myself but move with this flow. It actually brings me wealth and abundance. This is what the charts will help you to do. Think that if I haven't taken that leap, if I haven't listened to my 5-year luck pillar change, that fire energy, or if I haven't listened to the yin wood energy in my chart, which represents the indirect wealth, the visionary, I would not be where I am today. I would probably still just earn my corporate salary, right? It's okay. I survived, but I was not fulfilled. I was not satisfied. I was not having this gratitude every day, joy, doing this, doing what I do. There is no line between work and life, and this is how I live my life, right? I love it this much. I always wake up grateful. It's a very, very different way to live. So in the module 4 that you will learn all this, you learn your high value gifts and talents. I spill out everything for you and your career choices. And then it is up to you how you're going to cultivate that. Okay. And does that all make sense, guys? I don't want to be too self-indulged. Does this resonate with you? Please give me a 1. Just type 1. This is easier. So I know you are with me. Okay. Great. Lovely. I love the tangent. Okay. Oh, I tend to go on tangent, but I believe what I say sometimes is speaking. There is a purpose for it. I don't even know. This is how I activate people without consciously knowing. So when I actually in the zone, I don't rely on my ego or anything, prepare what I'm saying. I move with the energy. That's how I work. Okay. So not all years, this is another very, 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 very important lesson, or I want to share with you, is not all years in your life are created equal. Just like not all years in this universe is created equal. And in Feng Shui period 9, I talked about, I shared there are certain years that you can achieve more. This is where I pinpoint these 5 years, go and do more, where there are certain years you probably, like 2022, you want to sustain. Okay, there is years that you need to expand. There is years that you need to sustain. You need to kind of like, go inward, do a lot of inner work. So this is also what your chart is going to show you. What are the years that you need to do what? And that's what I mean by the golden era, right? The charts, for me, my golden era was the last 5 years, and this coming 10 years is my golden era. Should I awaken before, I probably would not have created this much wealth as I am just doing at the right time. And this is where we need to get educated from this chart perspective, right? Everyone, most of us allow life happens haphazardly to us. That we want to do all this spiritual practice and important, but sometimes you also need this guidance, this I call it course charting. It's like a GPS. Imagine that if you are on a wrong path, the more you work, the harder you work, the further you're going away from your destination without a GPS. This is where a lot of us is drifting, right? Drifting in the wrong path. They believe that, okay, if I work harder, this is my parents do, this is my ancestry, this line has been doing, I will do the same. But here is a piece of information that will really help you. This is a piece of golden compass you really need to adopt. Please, get this GPS on your car so you can actually travel on the right path at the right time. You're zooming, 120K. And this is how you create wealth. Don't just go detour. Right? A lot of us is doing detour and going through the roundabouts. How many of you are doing the roundabouts? And this is what I'm saying. This is about education. This is really about knowing your charts. It's all written in there. The time you need to seize. Golden era, okay? You need to focus, because if you pick this right time, the wealth you created will set you up for life. I'm not exaggerating. This 10 years will set me up for life. This is how I set up my business. I do everything I do this year, in particularly 2022. I know exactly what on my list, what I'm going to do, what is my strategy, why I'm moving towards podcast, why I'm every single action I take was guided by my chart. The strategy, my marketing strategy, I have a strategy, right? That was my previous life. I'm a media strategist. Every strategy was guided. When do I need to start to communicate? And, the last masterclass, I gives you the key. What is your wealth creation strategy in 2022 based on each element? When I look at each of your charts, I'll give you more specific way how you can actually create your wealth, expand your business, right? Because every year the elements is changing. We need to know that. So this is essentially how I teach you how to do less, but achieve more. You want to pick the right time. And this is in module 2. I show you very clearly. It doesn't matter if you don't know anything about Chinese astrology or your destiny chart. I show you every single step how to read your chart. Okay. And it is through that process you let go a lot of things. You're starting to really, really see who you are. You can decipher all this. So this is just, I don't mean to go through all these details with you, but I want to give you a quick glimpse using my own experience. And I talked about the 20 year of the tiger. It's a portal. It's a threshold. You will know people who are actually not making the best use of 2022. This is like a divider, or I think a portal is a good word. It's really a threshold, right? You cross it, you are in. You are really in this energy. Energy can actually move you forward. If you have this resistance, there will be people still have a lot of resistance, but we still have 11 months to go, right? So many opportunities for them to join, because that's the purpose. The universe is actually trying to get everyone in, because after this threshold, after this portal, it's going to be very hard to get in. It's going to be very, very hard. You find your life quite challenging. If you continue to run your business in the same way, if you continue to stay where you are, life will starting to throw more curveballs at you. You probably already experienced things are not working as what has worked before, right? And this is why the energy is shaking up everyone who hasn't awakened. The last few years, so many people already, people joined my program last year. They already awakened. They, to a certain level, they already wanting to do something about their life. They wanting to know about themselves. So this is what I'm saying, that you need to seize this opportunity. The energy is forever moving, right? Once it moves through, it's gone, just like your golden era. I want to empower you with this information. And yeah, in module 6, we talk about how you can call on the heavenly support, how you can actually utilize your 10-year life pillar, your 5-year life pillar, and how you can actually recognize helpful people. Who are your noblemen? I always know who I go to or who is my spiritual teacher can always activate me. Just like I have the ability to activate some of you, right? And this is my client will come back to me time after time, because what I say, without even consciously knowing that it activates something within them, it's because there is a certain collaboration, resonation, affinity with the charts as well, if you dig into that technical perspective. But this is what I'm saying. If everything I said to you so far really struck the chord or hit the notes, there is a reason for it. And that is the sign the universe is delivered to you, right? And you have your golden compass too. That's the reason I shared my journey. Okay. I shared my journey, how the charts becomes my guidance and continue to be. And this is also actually, I want to share. I know some of my existing students is also here. So I want to give you this guidance. This is a journey, right? I continue to, every time I feel I'm a little bit off course, every time I feel that fear or distrust coming up, that how I actually tune into my spiritual practice is always, I have certainty in life. This is probably another tangent I'm going to get onto. This is hit me this morning. I really want to talk to you about. Knowing your chart is not just about, okay, I got this 5-year, 10-year pillar, and this is my archetype. You're going to always kind of go back, allow that to guide you, because they gives you certainty. I love to live my life with certainty. And, this certainty is not about knowing the details, you see. It's not about, what tomorrow is going to happen. What is next month I'm going to do? Should I be selling this house or not? No. It's not about the details. It's about, even without knowing the details, that your life is completely unknown. You still hold this certainty in you that you are divinely guided. Okay? This propels me every day. I have certainty in my life. I repeat this mantra every day. I live a divinely guided life, even when things are seemingly going wrong. And I'm going to tell you this story later, because I have so much to share with you, okay? So I don't want to completely going on a tangent. So I want you to hold that certainty, but your charts can give you that certainty. I know what my 10 years is going to look like. And even there is things or the technical things is not working out, it doesn't matter. I move through the energy very quickly. I will not allow the ego jumps out and tells me or holds this fear in my heart. Or if I haven't found my rental property, some of you probably know I'm moving house and, I get rejected. I believe that there is a higher plan for me. Universe always have a better plan. We trying to micromanage. This is where, that we constantly jumping in to this path and trying to micromanage the universe. And in this course, I'm going to teach you how you can get out of your way. All right. And this is basically what I'm showing you, all these, that you can turn it on. This light can be turned on right now. As I mentioned to you about the ego. So I wasn't completely on a tangent. See, it does not operate from ego. It directly comes from your higher self. This is what your destiny chart is going to gift you. So, particularly for some of you who feel stuck, who feel like, I always look for holidays, always look for weekends, always look at your clock at 5 o'clock, lack of direction, feeling confused, and feel creating wealth is like a hamster on wheel. And I want to say this to you, completely counterintuitive, okay? And I want you to do this. I want you to allow the things to fall apart. Most of the time, we are trying so very hard to hold things together. That's what we do. We hold things together. We're trying to glue things. We hold a relationship together. We hold everything together, right? We hold ourselves together. So much. Costs so much of your energy when you're holding things together, right? I want you to just let go. I want you to drop. Let things fall apart, because when they do, when you start to surrender, things will fall into place. That's when you allow the universe to step in. You allow the universe actually to guide you. All this holding together is resistance. So just relax. Let go. Let that energy flow. And there is an easy and sustainable way, more nourishing, more devoted, more powerful. And at the same time, money comes to you. And the irony is, these days, when I do this, it is fully coming from devotion. It is fully coming from this energize me, talking to you guys, holding space here for you, energize me, nourishing me. I don't even think about money, because I know without a shadow of doubt, I have been taken care of. That's the space you create wealth. That's the space that wealth creation becomes so easy, so magnetic. Your soul clients lined up to work, wanting to work with you. Pay whatever the money you ask them, because they know by doing that, by investing in themselves, their floodgate of wealth will open too. You are at service. So this is how we rearrange the pieces in us. It's magic. And I do want to share very quickly about this, that from my last beautiful Wealth Alchemy students, that this top one said, words do not do justice to the moment I find out what my high value gifts are. It was awesome, like an aha moment when all that you intuitively know, it is finally confirmed. You have my infinite gratitude for helping me to remember who I am. Okay, so it is that confirmation from your chart gives you that certainty in life, knowing that you are traveling on a path that you are destined to do, to stay on. So everything, the obstacles, the hurdles, the small things happen, you don't even care, right? You move in a very, very different energy. You speak, you act in a very, very different way. And most likely that you take aligned action with precision. You just intuitively know that is right. With no confusion, clarity comes out. And the below one is a little update for you. Find out I'm an IR, which is mystic, one of the 10 wealth creation archetype. I currently work as a financial planner and relatively good at it, but forever wondered what I really should be doing. Some of you probably feeling that in you, because this is it. Your high value gifts and talents are not what you're good at, right? What you're good at is like, okay, if it is like, let's use the score for some of you who are logical, you're good at is like a 5 or 6 out of a 10. What I'm showing you here, the high value gifts and talents, that is 9 and 10. Because when you're operating at a 5 and 6 level, there is a whole lot of people actually the same. They are also good at that. They probably is their high level gift and talent. So you're not shining. They operating at their 9 or 10. I want you to find your 9 and 10, not 5 and 6, right? So far, what you have traveled, same with me. When I was in media, I was operating probably at, let's say, even 6 and 7, because a lot of attributes you do start to build, right? But that is not my high value gifts and talent. Strategy is, I'm good at it. I'm very good at it, actually. But it is still not my high value gifts and talent. My high value gifts and talent is be able to interpret your destiny chart, right? And I want to show you is to, sorry. I want to, my gift is about the vision, the strategic vision, as well as how I can decode your destiny chart, and the spiritual part, how I connect with energy, how I can activate within you. Sorry, this is just distract me for a minute. So these are actually some of the students who joined the last round, their career at the time they joined. Okay, so all walks of life: lawyers, financial planners, detective, CEOs, really running massive company, registered nurse, intuitive healers, children's counselor turned writer. I'm going to show that as a case study. Property development, project manager, all these. Okay, so here I'm going to get into the juicy part of this presentation. I want you to recognize, if by now, I think most of you will know the difference between fate versus destiny. I talked so much about this, how you can self-empower. And fate is really, and this is probably for a lot of people who have done their Chinese astrology chart. They actually came to me very depressed. So this is what I want to quickly say to any of you who have done anything like this, who has been received a reading that depresses you, that you believe it is fate written in your chart, that you are not wealthy, you are in certain circumstance, I want you to start to shake that off. You can even physically shake it off, okay? That's not the energy we want to be in. I want you to start to really infuse this energy that you can change your destiny right now by just actually doing what I just mentioned. Because your destiny is a free will. Your destiny can be designed. Your destiny can be controlled, scalable, and there is infinite possibility within your destiny. I want you to trust that without a shadow of doubt. I want you to hold that certainty. It's important. Okay, and this is a truth bomb. There is no bad chart, just bad interpretation and bad utilization in life. Because there is a reason why your chart is constructed that way. That is your life, this lifetime. That is your experience. That is how your life is supposed to be unfolding. Don't compare with others, right? You need to hold that certainty, that love of your life, and allow that to unfold in its unique way. Whatever is happening, so be it. Whatever is not happening, so be it. Can you do that? If you do that, you have reclaimed so much of your power already just by saying that. Okay, and that's the truth. That's the truth. There is a millions born on the 29th of January, 1954, and there is only one opera. That shows you make your own destiny, right? Doesn't matter what your chart is. A lot of charts is traditionally in Chinese astrology, maybe 1,000, 2,000 years ago, and you know that we would use the charts to select a wife for a man, right? So you base on those, yeah, sure, you know, it's a bad chart to be, you know, to be this man's wife. But now we look at charts, or I look at the charts, so very different. Every single one of you have something in there that you can actually turn this life around. And some of you know the cosmic trinity. Your chart is the heaven energy. And in the Wealth Alchemy program, we're going to cover not only just your heaven energy, but your human energy as well. And I covered the cosmic trinity, how the three parts works. 30% heaven energy, 30% earth energy, 40% human energy. How you perceive your life. What is your spiritual practice? How do you see yourself? What is the relationship between you and yourself? All this makes up your destiny, right? Let's even say you have a bad chart, heaven energy, 30%. But now I'm actually offering you an opportunity to even change that 30% by combining your human energy, which is 40%. You have so much in your own hands, right? So do not settle for the second best. And this is in the Wealth Alchemy course, Module 1. I start with how you can completely embrace your energetic frequency. These are energy sessions. You can go back and listen to it over and over again. It has all the elements, right? And this is a journey. This is the very first journey that goes through the burn, the alchemical process. You need to melt first, letting all that impurity coming out of you so you can become a diamond, become a gold. Your golden transformation is waiting for you, right? So this is the very first stage. And what your destiny chart can further reveals to you, I want to show you a chart. Now, just let me have some water. And let me check and give me some emojis. I know you're not sleeping. Oh, I'm so bad. Okay, great. Okay, love the exemplary opera. Perfect. Beautiful. Okay, smiling. I like that. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay, let's jump into this chart. Okay, so this is your destiny chart, but this is only part of it. I'm going to show you the other part later on, which is hidden. But even just from this chart, the chart, most of you probably already have the free charts, and you know that you have the year pillar, month pillar, day pillar, and hour pillar. And the day pillar, in fact, is when we look at ourselves. This is the pillar we are going to be focused on. We'll talk all the other pillars, what they stand for in the course. But when we tune into our essence at birth, and in your free chart, I always show you what is your essence at birth. The essence at birth is the top elements, which in this chart is yin metal. Okay, so this person's chart is the yin metal. So now you know what you are, what is your essence at birth. And most of us knows just our years. This person was born in year of the sheep, right? We normally just know the year. But actually the year, when we tune into your own energy, we really look at your day pillar. So this is how we interpret the relationship with yourself. So first of all, why we need to know the relationship with ourselves. Okay, so you and yourself is because our life, every single relationship in our life, the relationship at work with your colleague, with your boss, your relationship with your mother, with your father, with your siblings, with your friends, everything, all these interactions in life, they all derived from the relationship between you and yourself, how you hold that relationship. And many of us, this is area that we need to heal. This could be past karma. This could be even ancestrally certain wound that needs to be healed. Doesn't have to be this lifetime, but a lot of them is in this lifetime. The childhood wound, the childhood trauma, how is your relationship between you and your parents, and is actually carried all in here. And that forms the relationship between you and yourself. And for this person, I know there is a deep, deep wound in her chart, which manifested in her life when she was a child. There is this relationship between her and her parents. It's a very, very deep wound. And you know, and she is a Chinese. And you know that in Chinese culture, we will never say anything. Parents is the thing that it's very sacred, like we not worship, but that you hold, you can't really say, if even you admit there is even an issue between you and your parents, or that you are bad children, things like that. It's very culturally. So there is a cultural wound in there as well. So for this particular person, right, this particular person, that she was also born to heal this wound. And it manifests in her chart because her chart in metal sitting on the yin wood rabbit. As some of you probably know, sorry, I was distracted by, I think it's, anyway, we'll move on. The metal in the 5-element wheel controls the wood. Metal cuts the wood. Okay, so this manifests, her wound manifests in the way that she is very, very self-critical. So what is sitting underneath this, your self element, is the foundation. This is what we call the earthly branches in your chart. So it's like a soil, right? This is a soil, and you are these plants. And if you think that this knife or this chopper continue to cut these plants, the plants will not grow healthily, probably will die prematurely. If you do not know this relationship between you and yourself, so she didn't know until she actually hit her quite late in life, about 45, 50, lucky, I can't remember, around 45, 50. So all her life, she has been very self-critical. But she has so much gift. As I witness her journey, right? I know she has so much gift. She is very, very resourceful. But because of the shadow part of her, that she has not actually unraveled and healed, trace back to her childhood wound, she has always believed that she needs to please others. She needs to compare others to others. She needs to do this and that. So her path has been scattered because of this reason, because of the relationship she holds with herself. It's affected her wealth creation. She struggled. She always believed that she will have to fight for, to be not even wealthy, but to have enough money, right, to sustain her. So this is how important your relationship with yourself holds on your journey of wealth creation. So your chart not only reveals your hidden talents, but also your blind spot or blind spots. What you can't see. That's the beauty. This is where when we pursue certain spiritual practice, and this is again the GPS, there is so much in the spiritual realm. What do you need to focus on? If, for example, some of you, if you are your chart, your essence at birth is earth, you need to, here is one already for you. If you are in, regardless is in earth or young earth, the first thing you need to focus on is not to worry too much, is to actually, I don't know why I mentioned the certainty. Maybe it is for you guys. You need to hold that certainty, right? You're forever looking at this and learning a different trick and hoping that will actually fix your problem. But the key is, and you get distracted. You always think this brand new shiny thing will actually fix this restless in you. But in fact, being an earth person tend to worry too much. This is your ancestral wound you need to heal, right? You need to, every time worry comes up, say it. Say it with all your heart. Say it in a mantra that I have certainty in life. I am divinely guided. Say it with conviction. Now, here is something, I don't know why I'm showing, maybe some of you probably is earth, right? If you're holding that, I want you to do that. That's how you see, how you change this relationship between you and yourself. And your chart reveals your most influential industry, right? Your highest potential. Some of you may not be in the right industry. You might be playing in the wrong field. And, you know, we want you to be playing in the right field, you to be operating at 9 and 10, so that you can actually do less and receive more. And of course, the chart reveals your money relationships, right? That is such a huge topic as well. And I have 2 recorded sessions, energy sessions in the course for you to gently release that, which you can listen all the time. Now, here is something I want to really encourage you. The universe, this was actually a quote from Elizabeth Gilbert in her Big Magic. She says the universe buries strange jewels deep within us all, and then stands back to see if we can find them. The hunt to discover those jewels, that's creative living. So if you want to live a life that is a creative living, Wealth Alchemy will help you to start that journey. Not only just start the journey, but help you to actually unveil, give you the shovel to dig those buried jewels, to give you the keys. Open this box. Because I have your codes. I know your cosmic blueprint, right? So this is 2 things I know that I can offer you. I'm good at. This is not actually, I shouldn't say that. This is my high value gifts and talent, not just good at. This is where I focus on spiritual alignment and strategic vision. I not only just give you these energy sessions to tune you to the higher frequency. I give you the tools. I give you the specific facts and the things you can lean on, you can lean into to grow your business, to attract your soul clients. Strategy you can actually really adhere to and continue to do that, right? And this is what I do best. Perfect balance between spirituality and practical implementation. That's one of the students after she has done the course. That's what she said about my approach. So you will notice that Wealth Alchemy is very different, very unique comparing to anything you have done before. And if you have known me or followed me for a while, you know that I have always focused on energy because that's what I do. That's everything is all about. But this course gives you more. Apart from that spiritual attunement, I gives you specific step-by-step way so you don't get overwhelmed. This is why it is 7-stage journey unfolding. Okay. Let me show you why most people don't know their hidden gifts and talents from the chart's perspective. Not me inventing this. Your chart is like this. So most people do not know these parts. This is your hidden talents, all there, hidden talents and gifts and superpowers. Your chart is like a tree. And this is where I love about the 5 elements because everything draws us back to nature. There's no ego. There is no this, social conditionings cultural conditionings. Everything is putting us back to nature because nature contains so much intelligence. Nature do not fight. Flowers do not really compare to others to bloom. They just bloom. Fish just swim. Birds just fly. Your chart is like this tree. What makes the tree to thrive, to, grow towards the sky? Not because of the leaves, not because of the trunk above the ground. It is because of the roots. It depends on how deeply that you are extending your roots underneath that nobody actually can see it. That's why it's called hidden high value gift and talent. It is hidden. It is hidden jewels, right? And this is where universe buries those jewels under there. The answers are in your chart. Okay, so when we go through the module, you will see the heavenly stem. I'll teach you how to interpret them because these are your personalities, how you show up, right? And we in fire people tend to have red hair. Like me, I'm not an in fire person, or in fire, or there are certain charts and they have a very pale complexion. They are showing up here on top. Okay, and then here is already deepening. If you know all these animals, the 12 animals, their key attributes, you already know a little bit about your things that you actually do not share unless they are your close families, or your things you do, other people do not know, or friends do not know unless they're very close to you. They are hidden in here, right? This line, loosely branches. But the golden nuggets are here, and these are your codes. See all these letters. These are your codes. They are showing what these are. So in the course, module 3, module 4 will show you what are your wealth elements. Some people will have more, some people will have one, doesn't matter. It doesn't determine the level of your ability or, capacity of your wealth potential. So don't read it that way. They show you what is your wealth creation archetype are. They show you what is your wealth creation strategy is. And your high value gifts and talents are hidden in here, right? This is actually in your subconscious. This is your true nature. This is you're born with that. Because the charts is the moment you were born when the heaven and earth energy comes together. That's how your charts is being constructed. It is innate in your DNA, and you are not consciously aware. And that's the fun of this lifetime, right? If it is all on top, everyone is using it. And if it is all showing up, then the universe is not having, is not actually playing this game with us. So this is the fun, how you want your life to unfold, how you want to experience your life in a more fulfilling and fun way to discover those jewels, right? Don't carry the world over your shoulder. Enjoy it, right? Dig in. And this is why I said at the start of the session, it's not me to help you to find yourself. It's to remembering who you are, because it's already there. You have just forgotten because of the certain shadows, because of the certain social conditionings like the friends I mentioned about. And during this lifetime is all about lifting that veil, see through that illusion, poke through that piece of paper, covering this window, covering this light. Let the light in. So that is hidden. That is your superpower. And it is that leads to your life purpose. If you haven't already found it. But I have an inch that some of you already know, but you just need some confirmation. You just need to blaze your guns a little bit. Like I mentioned, sharpen your pencil, because at the moment you feel you can see it in distance, but it's not super clear and you don't know how to get there. This will show you. And sometimes you don't have to look afar. And this is where I want to share this case study with you, because the ego will always want us to believe, oh, wow, this spiritual, I'm going to take a quantum leap. I'm going to do completely 180 degrees things different. I'm going to change to this completely me. No. Please honor yourself. Please honor your journey so far. Please honor that. Please do not throw the baby through the bathwater, right? And you think that this huge dream or this wealth creation journey is going to be so far away. There's so many mountains to climb. No, you probably has been digging all with the tools you have all your life. And this is probably only not very far away. Think of the boy in The Alchemist, right? He traveled, he crossed the whole desert. He goes to Egypt and goes through all this journey and having all these adventures, right? Which is beautiful, which is the experience in life, only to discover the treasure is actually buried under his nose, right? So it is not very far away. So do not think this is arduous journey. This can be a small fine tune. Then your light will be beaming. Everything you say, everything you speak, how you communicate your business to the world, how you communicate with your client would be very different. You are that confidence. You move and dance with that energy because you know who you truly are. You don't have to change and reinvent this new person, right? This is what I want to give you, that confidence, because the ego will always make it so much more difficult than it is truly are. So do not complicate things. And this is the case study. In my last round, a student, and she was a registered counselor working on children with parents. She has all these years experience. And you'd think, oh, that she will have to change into the uni lecture and because she discovered the teacher archetype. No, she teaches, she has been teaching the parents, the children, guiding them in her session before. But she felt after 10 years, probably after a decade, I can't remember how long time, that she feel that way is not suitable for her anymore. So once we've done this, she was guided to the path to write a book. She has always been wanting to write. And this is a catalyst that she knows. It confirms she is on the right path. What she needs to do is to communicate her knowledge differently. And I also guide you, and I looked into her chart and I see she has the publishing luck. I can see that in your chart, right? I will be guiding you whether this is the right path or not. I said, yes, this is a time for you to write. You will attract publishers effortlessly. And of course, she needs to step out of her ego. She needs to continue with her spiritual practice so that she can actually invoke, she can manifest these opportunities, but it is in her chart. She's a writer. This 10 years for her is to write about her experience, is to write about her knowledge and to share with her community in that way. And that is her life purpose for this particular period in time. Confirmed. And this is where in module 3, that get to know your wealth element. Why I put this chart here is because in module 3, you will learn, every one of us, your wealth element is different. And for this lady who is a registered counselor, her wealth element is resource element, and that is metal. She is very insightful. That's metal's quality. And you will learn what is the true essence of each element. And that determines how you create your wealth. Everyone is different. You see, this is why when you attend a certain wealth money making or kind of seminars, whatever that is, strategies, it doesn't know who you are. So it is a blanket approach. So it might work for the person who actually deliver this. It's suitable for her or he, but it might not suitable for you. So for this case study, I showed you this, the writer or upcoming writer, her key wealth element is metal. To start with, metal controls wood, which means she will conquer the publishing industry because that's the wealth comes from, right? She can conquer that. Wood represents publishing because it's trees, it's paper. And metal this is where I give her the guidance. I say, be really insightful. Everything you write, you need to spark your target's wisdom, or you need to actually bring in them the wisdom, because that's what metal does. Metal dig deep. Metal do not just stay on surface, providing all the facts. Metal dig extra mile so that it is articulate, it is insightful, it is right to the point, and it cuts through. The words she uses, she will be very, very good using her words because it cuts through. That's what her gift. That's not only the normal what she was good at, it's her high value gifts and talent. That's what we dig out from her chart. You have yours. And of course, that's the archetype I showed you before. Now, here is, I want to share with you, especially if you are entrepreneurs, 3 biggest mistakes most people make when they want to up-level their wealth, or they want to create more wealth and abundance. The mistake number 1 is they believe doing more will bring in them more money. And this is where I want to pattern disrupt, right? I want you to stop thinking that if you have work extra days, or, if you have do more about whatever you're doing, if you feel there is a cap, doing more is not the solution anymore. Please see that. Please see that, and do not waste too much energy on that. The thing is to bring it back and take a step back to do course charting. To know, first of all, is this your right path? Okay. Are you focusing on the most profitable areas? Are you using your energy most efficiently and optimal? And of course, are you shining in your zone of genius? Are you using your skills that you're good at is actually 4 or even 3, right? Are you doing your assistant's job? Are you trying to micromanage? Like, are you, all these things will start to show up. You will know you need to outsource. Are you editing your podcast, spending half day, which is not what you're doing at, where you are the visionary, you are the mystic, you are connecting with the energy, you heal people. Why are you doing there? Spending half day editing your podcast, writing your blogs. Why can't you outsource that to other people? That's mistake number one. You need to use your time efficiently. You need to own your value. Number two is investing only once they have made money. So if you believe that you need to only invest when you have money, create this. We always have this condition, right? I will do this when I retire. I will be playing tennis or playing piano and doing what I love when I have more time. There's always condition in our head. Investment is one of them, right? When it comes to invest in yourself, if you have that, I'm going to call you out. You need to know invest in yourself is the first and foremost, most important thing, right? You are the asset in your business. What do you put in will generate tenfold. So when it comes to investment, I want you to ask these questions. Number one is, can you afford not to invest, right? Your current situation, can you afford to be staying in your current situation? Doing exactly what you do. And that's what they say. Insanity is doing the things repeatedly and expecting the different result. Number two, you ask yourself is, will my more abundant future self be saying yes to this? So you always make decision operating from your abundant self, from your higher self. More abundant than where you are now, because that is the energy you need to tap into in order to create more wealth. Okay, so I want you to think of those two questions. And mistake number three is, if I was born with the gifts and talents, I don't have to do anything about it because I was born with it. A lot of you probably think, oh, okay, so if I have this in me, well, then that means I don't have to do anything about it. Don't forget they are buried in there. You need to do some work to unveil them. You need to polish them. You need to exercise, practice, just like a child riding a bike, just like Ash Barton playing tennis, right? It's not just once you know, discover this passion, discover this life purpose. And these are the things probably is you're most fearful of. I really resisted of teaching live, like doing this, because I'm an introvert. And if you know me, I'm an introvert. I don't really talk, or like, my previous job requires me to do presentation. I used to really dread it. But I've noticed whenever I speak anything that is really what I'm passionate about, what I'm really, really interested, for some reason, there is a magnetism towards me or, attract my attention. I thrive. I love it. I can't stop talking. I can't shut up. Right? So I really first resisted having to show up, to teach, to show my high value gifts and talent in this way. but I got over it, right? I just keep the ego out of the way. And I say, I deserve, this is my gift and talent. I'm going to show it. This is what I'm here for. I will be divinely guided. Your path might be different, but the theory is the same, right? So I want you to understand that you need to do a little bit, getting the resistance, getting the fears, getting all these guys sitting at the back seat. Get your golden compass, get your GPS course charting. And I'm teaching you all different modules. Okay, so I know I'm actually over time. See, I can't really, when I start to talk about these things I'm so passionate about, I'm just getting on and on, right? It's 1:40, I realize the time. But, and this is something I really want you to take away as well, right? A picture of your wealth creation strategy. This is exactly what I'm teaching you in module 3, getting to know your wealth element. This is where you discover what they are, what is the essence, what is the energetic vibrations attached to this wealth element. Mine is wood, right? So you see the visionary, that's my money, that's my indirect wealth, right? It's showing up in my 10-year chart. So I have the certainty I am being upheld. What I need to do, everything is supported. So your unique wealth code will never change for this lifetime. And I'm going to show you. And you will dive deep into your desire and wealth consciousness. And this is where you unravel your shadows. This is where you unravel the ego part of you that is holding you back. And I also give you the yang part of the journey, like right tools. So it's yin and yang, right? So the yang part is the size of the, all these tangible things that you can hold on to guide you. And this is the picture of your life for each of the 5 elements. And I don't have time to talk about all of them. And I'm going to talk about the yin fire, the wealth creation strategy. Okay. So if your essence at birth is in fire, as I showed you, where you find the wealth creation strategy in your chart, is in the day pillar on top. What is your wealth creation strategy? Right? If you want to have a guess, and how do you feel even on this journey? How do you feel? Is it difficult, or like a fire energy tend to be, fire can be temperamental, especially in fire, right? Unlike yang fire, which is the sun. Yin fire is a candlelight, it's flickering, right? So your energies can suddenly go up and then dwindle down. And there is 1 minute you feel you can conquer the world. The next minute you think, oh my God, I really can't face it. And how you can stabilize that energy, how you can stoke that fire to be sustainably burning at this stage, at the state where you can obtain the wealth you deserve. And for you, the wealth element is metal. So think of how the yin fire, and it is also why I'm using yin fire, because this is an alchemical journey, right? This is wealth alchemy. How is the yin fire burn the piece of metal and turn it into gold? This is a process. This is a wealth creation strategy for you if you are in fire. How many of you are in fire out there? Are you in fire? Any one of you are in fire? Great. Oh, perfect. In fire, right? So how you do that? Think of I want you to close your eyes, and this is how I guide you. I always want you to go back to nature. This is close your eyes and think you are this flickering candle and how you can burn this really, really heavy piece of ore, raw metal, melting it, right? It might take a little bit of time to warm it up. But once this piece of metal is heating up, it's starting to melt. What is the final stage of acquiring that? And that final stage of the fire to obtain the metal is transformation. Okay, so transformation, this is a key word, transformation. Fire burns the metal into liquid. It's changing form. So if you just started burning this piece of metal, it's still just got warm a little bit. It happened, it's starting to melt and you stopped. You're not going to convert that into wealth. Think about your business, okay? You're talking to your audience, they're only starting to warm up and you turn off the heat and they haven't really transformed. They haven't yet starting to melt. And, you know, we have to go through this stage of melting them so they're starting to allow the impurity out and they're starting to change into liquid before they change into gold, okay? So changing form and transformation are the key words for your wealth creation. So everything you do, I want you to review your business. If you're running a business or if you are in whatever the job, are you transforming people? Are you transforming? Are you changing people's beliefs? Are you changing people's behaviors? Okay, that's the key where you create your wealth. When they're starting to see that coming close to you, which is in fire, I'm not only getting warm, I'm getting the heat. This heat is actually turning me into a piece of gold. You attract wealth effortlessly. You attract your soul client. They'll be lining up for you, right? Then you're going to have to think of how you can actually turn this heat into a massive stove, not just a candlelight, and maybe into an oven and maybe into a factory. That's how you scale your business. But first of all, you need to know the strategy before you expand. It's not about lighting 100 candles. You need to know what's behind it. Does that make sense, guys? I'm loving this. And it's raining really heavily. It's really heating water coming from the sky at the moment. It's so heavy. Wow. Anyway, I want to show you quickly. I know that this is getting very long. We also have the specially channeled light codes in the course. And this is what the students say that, oh, she's so, I love this. I'm so enjoying it. Every module is like unwrapping a gift. I love my Wealth Alchemy students. She says these light codes are so out of this world, and you know it's so beautiful. And this is created by Marcel Murray. Some of you probably know her or actually know her work already. It's quite funny that we are very much connected energetically. A lot of our clients are mutual clients without even, you know, checking. Anyway, she helped to produce the light code to activate your next journey. So if you know her work, she is all about connecting with that higher frequency and creating the special light code for you. And her archetype is the artist. So she is right on point of doing what she does, right? And she is creating this light codes for us, for the Wealth Alchemy students. So it's a treat. These are just showing you some of the students, you know, their life starts to make sense. So I want to encourage you to do the same. And this is where I want to say to you is Wealth Alchemy is really dedicated to those who give of themselves and in their giving, receiving the lavish abundance of universe. It's really dedicated to you because I know you are here. You want to unveil those gifts and talents and superpowers, right? So, and this is actually made for you. And Wealth Alchemy is open for enrollment as of today. And we start on the 7th of March. And what I want to actually share with you though, because you show up live, I want to give you the special bonus. And there's a lot of bonus, but I'm going to show you will probably at the moment all have the link in your inbox anyway of how you can enroll. But I want to talk about two things especially, which is new. And my last round, my students didn't have this. This is new tools for you. So number one is I actually has been kind of putting this under wrap. This is the first time I talked about it. It's called the Destiny Speaks Community. So this community is going to grow. This community is my dream. This is my mission this year to set it up, to set up this healing container that we are going to do this on regular, ongoing basis, because I recognize doing one course or doing one thing is the start. This is your spiritual practice, and I want to continue to support you. So this time around, if you join the course, and you will get that support, you will get that, that I will be there holding this energy for you. And I really see this as a healing container. And one reason also why I set this up is because of how powerful the 3 coaching sessions you get when you enroll in this course, Wealth Alchemy course. That is, you already have the 3 coaching session, but this community is above and beyond. And from the last round, I know during the coaching session live, right, we have similar energy like this. It's so transformative when people starting to share their journey. People are all on the similar page or on the similar journey, right? And this is where magic happens. And if you know a little bit about energy, you will know they amplify, right? One of my energy is important to hold that energy for you. But when we have 30 and 40 people, we got 44 people today, right? We have all these people all wanting, have the same intention. That energy is actually radiating so powerful. And this will change your life. This is how it changed the life of Wealth Alchemy students. And I want this to be continued to hold for you on ongoing basis. So this is new, okay? And the next one is for people who you think that this is a no-brainer. I'm just going to change my power code. So that you think that you want to enroll now, okay? And this is a special bonus only for the next 15 minutes. And I'm going to share the link to you right now, but I want to show you this page. And this is something, the workshop I plan to do in, it's a half-day workshop. And so we have a lot of interaction, and I plan to do in April, May, and I will be guided in terms of the timing called Lifting the Veil. This is where I feel after you've gone through the journey, this half-day workshop will get you to be really doing some practical, like a practice, the mantras, how you actually connecting with your higher guidance, your spiritual or higher self. So I share everything in here, how you can live a divinely guided life. This is what I call. And I believe I have done this for years, and it's first time I'm sharing this, and I'm going to push a spiritual envelope as well a little bit in this workshop. And I haven't shared, like I will share a lot of things I haven't really shared publicly. So this is, you will get this absolutely free if you sign up before this before this masterclass finish. So let me quickly just post this link to the chat, and hopefully that you'll be able to get it. And let me see the chats, you guys. Yep. Okay, so it's there. So if you think this is for you, sign up. The reason I'm pushing you, not because this is for me, okay? The reason I want you to take a quick aligned action, if everything I have said in this masterclass resonate so much, which I know some of you feel like that, I want you to take a quick action, because we don't want your ego to step in to have that chatter. The reason I'm saying this is not for me, because I know no matter you join or not, I feel abundant already. I know that this is going to be amazing round. I know that I have this certainty in life. So this is to help you, to push you through this portal. Then when you start, you will never look back. So do yourself this favor. And I know that this can feel very, very fearful. As I shared with you, I did too, right? It's so much resistance, so much. But I was so thankful that at the time, what have kicked my ass was my chart. I know that I'm changing. The energy around me is changing. It's so obvious. The fire engine is just one manifestation. There are so many things has been delivered onto my path. And let me say this to you from my heart, is as soon as you take the leap, you think it's so scary that you need a safety net. It will appear. It will appear. Because mine appeared quicker than I thought. One of the things, that's about 5 or 6 years, I still hold it, my money blocks, right? I feel I need a certain money. I need 20,000 in my bank account so that I can feel safe to really quit my job. I can't even remember the figure, but that's the jigs, you get it, right? And as soon as I took my very first step, I said to, literally, that's my energy, said to the universe, right? I'm willing to change. I'm willing to take action. So I quit my job. I resigned. As soon as I did that, I was already willing to be living. And thankfully, I have a husband who supports me unconditionally. And so he was there to support me. And it was so interesting. Within 2 weeks, I quit my job. I got this freelance job because I was a media strategist. I got this job to actually set up a media team in this company. It's contractor. And so I work on the hours that suits me. So I actually negotiated 4 days, but soon I turned into 3 days. And they paid me hourly rate. So literally, I was earning 4 days a week. I was earning equivalent of the salary that I make on my full-time job. So as soon as I actually make that decision, universe deliver me peace of mind, really, for me. It's not even like at the time, it's not even like I need money. It's just for me that I can completely feel calm to be focused on setting up feng shui serenity. So that was a godsend. That was a safety net. Send it to me as if, like, basically I work on my terms and earning more money, right? Well, I can do my thing. But the universe also know that I would not actually focus on feng shui serenity if I had a full-time job, because I will always think, oh, I don't have time. I have to attend this media function. I'll always have excuse because that's my ego is jumping out. So sure enough, 9 months into that contract job, I was able to completely lose that and say no to them and full-time running my business. That's how things can happen, can unfold for you. I'm not saying that you have to quit your job. Everyone's path is different, right? So do not just blindly quit your job. That's not what I'm saying to you. What I'm saying to you is what feels right to you. You need to take the step. You need to actually creating that change in your life. That makes difference, okay? And this is the year. So that's what I want to leave this with you. And if you have any questions, let me see. Who is this? Want to learn advanced training? Oh yeah, Anna. Yes. For my Wealth Alchemy first round students, you are all be going into the I haven't announced this. So once I finish this masterclass, I'm going to update all my existing students. You'll all be going into the Destiny Speak community. Okay, I'm going to hold space for you on a monthly basis. We're going to check in if needed, whatever the energy guides me to do, that I'll be holding that container for you. So all the students, so this community currently is exclusive to Wealth Alchemy students, okay? So there will be ongoing support there and you will receive some guidance, okay? So this is something I have not announced, and if you are my students, you want some continued support, it's coming, okay? Share the link. I think the link is in the chat box. I'm just gonna post it again. I'm so excited about this community, right? Because we can just simply jump on this platform. One of the reasons, this is not Facebook, okay, guys? I don't want to hold this on Facebook. I want to hold it away from all social media. And this is also, I may share in the Destiny Speak community, the dates, like specific dates, like this year, clash dates, these are the things I'll be able to continue to support me. What is this month? Like, what do we need to be aware? So this is where I am going to really be closely supporting you, because in the next feng shui 20 years, there are some key secrets in terms of the wealth creation. And that's the reason behind I set up this community away from the social media, right? I don't want to be too obvious, but we can talk in a more private container. And there is a reason for it. I want to move away from this. I continually find communicating in the Instagram story is just not enough. That's why I set up the podcast to provide some long form content so you can understand what I do, how I do it. But Wealth Alchemy is actually specifically designed for the charts. I can continue to support you. Bianca, it should be, I'm posting it again, Bianca. Thank you for the guys. I'm seeing all of you, like all these links is actually emails is showing up and you are registered. It's absolutely amazing. And because that lifting your veil workshop is also going to be transformative. I'm going to share everything I do, how I hold my energy, because I know on this spiritual journey, there is hurdles. I fall back on my, fearful selves, ego self a lot, right? And this is where I will guide you in terms of the story. I want to tell you this story. Well, you guys still can, if you can stay, you can stay, listen to this story. But this is where I want to share this to say, once you know this, not everything is going to be hunky-dory, right? Not everything is going to be smooth, and overnight you actually just get all these wealth flooding into you. And one of the reasons I set up the community, second, is how you deal with these obstacles. It's not like my life. I will have these obstacles that I could not comprehend. Using this example, some of you know I've been looking for the rental property because currently we're renting. And I know the guidance came to me, okay, feng shui, I know I need to move. This is why last year I was really, I'm gearing up to move. And I thought, okay, and that, of course, I received this guidance, the right place will show up. And this is how I teach my feng shui for buyers and renters. But my place didn't show up, right? It still hasn't shown up. How did I deal with that? And it was so interesting. So we were still hoping to look for the house. And I expanded my budget. And of course, as you know me, I will have to check everything feng shui it needs to be right. So it's bloody difficult for me to find the right one. And finally, there are 2 property came up with perfect, like looking at the floor plans. I love it. I applied. My husband, he's also very picky. I need to tick the boxes for him. He's also very particular, and then he loves it as well. So we apply, and I thought, and I think it was full moon or something. I thought timing is perfect. This is ours, and then the following Monday, I got this text from the agent say, your application is not actually accepted. So I feel really rejected. I thought, oh my God, I really felt this is in my bones. This is the one for us, right? So I sat in this energy. I sat in this energy, disappointed, of course. But for a while, I also felt the higher guidance start to come in. My certainty towards life start to take over. And I just instantly know there is a higher plan for us. This is not the right path. So this happened last year, December. I remember so clearly, on the 27th of January, it was a Cancer full moon. I didn't even know why I took off to this location. Anyway, I won't go into detail. I'll tell you all the details in this workshop, Lifting Your Veil, okay? But the guidance I have received coming back from that trip, that there is a reason why we didn't actually get accepted for that application. All the motion is actually right now in my life is unfolding. We're not going to, or at least we're not going to rent that type of property. There's so many things, and I will share in that workshop. But now I'm sitting here knowing how wonderful that agent rejected me, right? It's never feel good when you get rejected. And I say the deep thank you for them. And I know universe has a part of it, part in it. That is my higher plan. And this plan is setting me up for the next 20 years to come. So I really hope that I will dive in deeper. This has gone long enough. It's after 2. So I'm really, really sorry. And I will see you in that workshop either way. Okay. And Wells, if you have already registered now, I'm going to close it. If you are let's wait until 2:20, right? Whatever this Sydney time, 2:20. And if you registered, you will still get this workshop half day for free. But after that, I can't honor you that. So please do not ask me that. And also the early bird finish on the 1st of March, right? It will go up to $12.88. So, and I can tell you next year, this course will not be at this price because we added the community component. You will see how much value that has. Okay, and you can access all the rounds, even the future rounds. This is another thing. If you are still here, my past Wealth Alchemy students, you can access the 3 live coaching session, live rounds, okay? Which means you can always access the future live rounds, coaching session. So next time I'm offering this is not going to be at this price. At the moment is $9.99, the early bird. The full price is $12.88. Next year will, if not double, it will go up. Okay. So that's what I want to leave it here. I really hope you can join. Okay. And for yourself, not for me, for yourself. So please, 2022, year of the tiger, make changes, change your destiny, guys. All right, guys, I love you. And thank you so much for showing up. I still have all these people here. Wonderful. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.